Another leftist lie falls apart, and this show called BS on it from the very beginning. The saga began last August during the Olympics in Paris. That's when the world witnessed a biologically male boxer pummel a female boxer. It took only 46 seconds for the woman to withdraw from the fight, which was supposed to be between two women. The female boxer then fell to her knees, threw her helmet, yelling, "This is unjust," later telling the media, "I've never taken a punch like that." It was a prime example of what female athletes from high school all the way to the Olympics are up against when the powers that be cower to rabid gender activists. The male boxer is Algeria's Emas Khalif. Here is what we said on this show just hours after that fight ended. With the whole world watching, we have just witnessed a biological woman, also known as just a woman, in a fight with a boxer who was not allowed to compete against women last year because it's a man. The person's splitting hairs. Everyone's splitting hairs around this person, saying, well, he has XY chromosomes, but I guess we can't call him a man because he calls himself a woman. I don't give a shit. You have XY chromosomes, you're a man.
Emas Khalif, a talented boxer from Algeria, rose to international fame after winning a gold medal at the 2024 Paris Olympics. However, her success soon became the center of a major debate in the sports world. A previously conducted medical test from 2023 resurfaced, raising questions about her eligibility to compete in women's boxing competitions. The leaked medical report, the controversy surrounding Emas Khalif, began to gain significant attention after a confidential medical report from March 2023 was leaked to the public. This report, conducted by Dr. Lalpath Labs, a diagnostic service provider, became the centerpiece of a growing debate about gender classification and athlete eligibility in women's sports. According to documents obtained by media outlets, including the Times of India, TOI, and 3 Wire Sports, in collaboration with Telegraph Sport, the leaked report contained a clear and technical statement. Chromosome analysis reveals male karyotype. In scientific terms, this meant that Khalif's chromosomal pattern was identified as XY, which is typically associated with biological males. This finding stood in contrast to the eligibility requirements set by the International Boxing Association, IBA, which defines female athletes as individuals with XX chromosomes under its official competition rules. The emergence of this report not only led to immediate questions about Khalif's eligibility, but also reignited broader conversations around how sports bodies define gender in competitive settings. Many experts and commentators noted that
Khalif had been disqualified from the 2023 Women's World Championships for failing chromosome testing. Another male boxer at the Women's Games, Lin Yu-ting from Taiwan, also failed the same test. Some had speculated that they were intersex, meaning they have male chromosomes, they have male internal organs, but they might have a vagina. However, they would never develop breasts. They would never have a period because they don't have a uterus, they don't have ovaries, and they are genetically male, which includes male advantage. That's why Emas Khalif looks just like a man, is as large as a man, has the testosterone and body strength and limb length and wingspan of a man. Okay, no one cares what's actually between his legs. We're talking about fairness and safety. All right, but no one would publicly discuss it. In fact, Khalif is adamant that he is 100% a woman, saying during the games, "I am a woman, like any other woman." He has called anyone questioning that enemies of success. These guys were both able to get into the Olympics, even though the International Olympic Committee knew that they had been barred from the championships for testing positive for XY chromosomes. They are not XX. That's female. XX is female. XY is male. The IOC said the pair had competed in the 2021 Tokyo Olympics as women, and after all, their passports state that they are female.
Handling of the report raised ethical concerns, particularly because the information was made public without Khalif's consent. Critics argued that the leak represented a breach of medical privacy and personal dignity, especially considering the sensitive nature of the findings. Supporters of stricter gender eligibility standards, however, pointed to the leaked report as validation for clearer guidelines in women's sports. They argued that the presence of male chromosomes, regardless of legal or social gender identity, could potentially create unfair physical advantages in elite-level competitions. This perspective focused on the need to preserve competitive balance and ensure a level playing field for all athletes in women's categories. On the other hand, human rights advocates emphasized the importance of separating biological variation from sports policy, warning against oversimplifying complex medical realities. They stressed that chromosomes alone do not fully determine athletic capability, and that relying solely on such criteria could lead to discrimination or exclusion of athletes with intersex conditions or other naturally occurring differences. 4.
In the women's category is participating following complying with the competition eligibility rules. They are women in their passports, and it's stated that is the case, that they are female.
Well, the passport says it must be true. An Olympic boxing trainer in Spain came forward to reveal that Khalif was considered too dangerous for women to fight in that country, saying, quote, "Whoever we put Khalif with was injured." The tests, the warnings, all ignored by the IOC, and both men went on to win gold medals. The female Olympians, after years of incredibly hard work and devotion to the sport, basically told, "We don't give a damn. Just stop your crying." In fact, the female boxer Khalif took down in just 46 seconds later came out and said she felt sorry for him and apologized for not shaking his hand after the match. Such was the pressure on everyone in her sport and those commenting on it to take a knee on this issue and just accept this is a female. At the same time, many took aim at this show for daring to speak the truth. The Daily Show directly taking aim at yours truly and my womanhood.
Seems pretty open and shut to me, right? She was born a woman, lives as a woman, and boxes other women. So what is the argument against that?
This is such an outrage. Look at this. This is a man. This is a man who is competing in the boxing tournament for women.
No, she's not. She's a woman. She's a woman like you, Megyn Kelly, a woman at the peak of her career, unlike Megyn Kelly, but she...
Disqualification. From 2023. Championships. Following the results of the chromosome analysis conducted in March 2023, Imane Khalif was officially disqualified from participating in the 2023 Women's World Boxing Championships held in New Delhi, India. The decision was made by the International Boxing Association, IBA, which was the sport's primary international governing body at the time. This marked a critical moment in Khalif's boxing career and served as the first public action taken in response to her gender eligibility test. According to the IBA, the decision to disqualify Khalif was based strictly on the gender eligibility criteria outlined in its official regulations. The association's rules at the time clearly defined a female athlete as someone with XX chromosomes, while an individual with XY chromosomes was classified under the male category. Since the medical test suggested that Khalif had a male karyotype, XY chromosomes, the IBA stated she did not meet the criteria required to compete in the women's division. The announcement of her disqualification drew significant attention within both the boxing community and the international media. Many were surprised by the timing, as the decision came just hours before her scheduled gold medal bout against China's Yang Liu. The abrupt nature of the ruling raised questions about transparency, due process, and the emotional toll such decisions have on athletes. Initially,